And here's to you, Mr. Robinson. JD, Jets fans love you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watu K99. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. As you can tell, I got a little bit more pep in my step than I did a couple of hours ago. It has not been an easy day to be a Jets fan. It hasn't been an easy decade to be a Jets fan. But losing Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker, absolutely devastating blows. And my thinking was, okay, let's elevate Michael Carter. He's obviously going to take the lion's share of the run attempts now. But I wanted to call up Bam Knight from the practice squad. I wanted to give him a chance to play more so than I needed to see Ty Johnson. I think every Jets fan to this point in existence has ripped Ty Johnson. So I get home from work, and all of a sudden, I'm just finishing up dinner, and I get a notification from Ian Rappaport. The Jets are trading for Jacksonville Jaguars running back James Robinson. Whoa, whoa, whoa is right. And I got to tell you, this makes me happy for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm a James Robinson fantasy owner, and I've been annoyed about how few touches he's been getting the last couple of weeks. Come on, Doug Peterson, what are you doing down there? Letting James Robinson waste away on the bench. But seriously, I think this is a very worthwhile move for the Jets to make. Let's talk a little bit about Mr. Robinson. 5'9", 219 pounds, went to Illinois State University, only 24 years old. He came from Rockford, Illinois. Now, I know Rockford, Illinois, and if you come from there, you're probably pretty tough. But I'm not saying Rockford's dangerous. I mean, you could go through Rockford at night if you're a bullet. But in his rookie season in 2020, he played 14 games, 240 rushes for 1,070 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's 4.5 yards an attempt. Also, he can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield, which I like. 49 receptions on 60 targets, 344 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns, 15 first downs. And last year did pretty well too. Let's see. Let's find some more stats. Yep, 164 rushes for 767 yards before he did get injured, did suffer a knee injury. But, you know, if you look at his overall career, it is, let's see, he's rushed for 2,177 yards, 13 touchdowns, basically 4.5 yards per carry. But with the emergence of Travis Etienne, James Robinson was really starting to take a backseat in this offense. Now, he only had 12 snaps, and he didn't even get a rush attempt this past Sunday against the Giants. And believe me, as a very close fantasy game was starting to lean farther and farther away from me, it was really it was annoying. That's why I had so much focus on James Robinson. You know, little did I ever think he'd be a Jet 48 hours later. But it is pretty apparent that I believe he's also a restricted free agent coming up. I know it's only his 3rd year, but I know his contract's coming up, and Jacksonville was probably not going to keep him. So they called Joe Douglas on the phone, and they said, hey Mr. D, do you need this running back that we got here? And, you know, JD went right after it, and he agreed to send the Jaguars a 6th-round pick, which is okay. The Jets have 2 6th-round picks, their own, and the one that I still can't believe I'm saying it out loud, the one they got for Blake Cashman. And that 6th-round pick could become a 5th-round pick based off of incentives. And we are waiting to find out exactly what those incentives are going to be. It's hard to imagine that as long as Robinson's healthy, he won't get a whole lot of running attempts. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But what I really love about this move is the message that it sends to the locker room. If you are a team that is just kind of floundering along, if you're like a 3-5 team or a 3-4 team, something like that, you know, it could go either way. Like, some of the players might be in, some of the players might believe, some might not. Well, there is no doubt the locker room of the Jets had to be shaken up after losing, in my opinion, the 2 best offensive players that they have. And Joe Douglas did not waste time. The very day that the 2 injuries were confirmed, he makes a trade for a young, dynamic, hard-running running back. And that's what gets me excited about this. Now, unfortunately, that means probably no Bam night. So I guess it is not nighttime, as I was hoping it might be. But I'm pretty excited about what this could be. Now, again, what happens with the offensive line? I mean, you can't expect a trade there, and the Jets have signed basically every free agent under the sun. I think they've even made a call to Alan Faneca to come out of retirement at this point. But it might be a situation where they have to just survive for a week or two until a George Fant or a Max Mitchell is ready to come back. I'm thinking those guys might be ready to be back in the lineup after the bye week. And I'm okay with the interior offensive line with Tomlinson, McGovern, and Herbig. Dwayne Brown did not have a good game by any stretch. But, you know, the Jets have been playing some very, very good defenses in Green Bay and Denver, and they got more good ones coming up between New England and Buffalo. But then you'll start to see the Chicagos, the Detroits of the world, and Seattle, and we'll see what happens from there. So it's really a situation to me where you have to just survive the next couple of weeks. Get to the bye week. My only hope is the Jets can win one of these next 2 games, either against New England or against Buffalo. It is very hard to imagine them beating Buffalo. I hate to say that a game would be like gravy, but if they could beat New England, it's like if they take a loss against Buffalo, you could almost accept it, considering how shorthanded that they apparently will seem to be. But I got to tell you, I am very happy that Joe Douglas is the general manager of my football team. If you're a Jets fan, you've got to be excited too. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you happy that the Jets made this trade for James Robinson? Did you want to see them elevate Bam Knight, or did you have another running back in mind? Maybe a Kareem Hunt, maybe one of the running backs from San Francisco who might be considered expendable now that Christian McCaffrey is in the fold. Well, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.